And I wanted just to thank you guys for your time while I went over some information on these products, and turn it back over to Jen to see what type of questions we can have to answer.
Thanks, Mike. Awesome presentation. Thank you for sharing with us. So we did have a couple of questions go through. Stephanie wanted to know, will JBL Connect Plus speakers ever be compatible with Party Boost? Oh, hold on. There's a second part of the question here. It's off my screen. What was the change in that linking system from Flip 4 to Flip 5?
No, it's a great question. So the Flip 4 did have Connect Plus, whereas the Flip 5 and any new speakers coming out is now going to have the Party Boost. It works on a different kind of a wave of Bluetooth, so hence the renaming property of it. So for instance, the Flip 5 was the first one to come out with Party Boost. Now our Pulse 4 has Party Boost on it. And now in the following, well, Charge or Extreme won't be replaced for quite some time, but when Charge 5 eventually comes out, or Extreme 3, those will have Party Boost as well. So it's taking over the JBL Connect Plus features, just to have a more secure way of linking the speakers together with more range. So that's why there has been a change. It's a running change with any of our new models coming out.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely a good question. Kind of stinks when technology changes sometimes, but more security is definitely a good thing. Lucy wanted to know, how long is the warranty for JBL speakers?
Great question too. So JBL has a 1-year warranty on all of our products. So any of your customers purchasing a JBL product, they would just contact our customer care team. They do a really, really good job. 1 year, we're very liberal with our customer returns through our customer service team. We prefer that they, of course, provide receipts and things like that, but a lot of times it's up to the customer service team discretion. If it's a little bit out of its 1 year, or there's some certain circumstances where maybe they got it from a raffle or something like that, where of course we want to make sure that the customer is taken care of and they have a good taste of the JBL brand, and no negative experience. So the customer service is a great team, and to kind of get back to the answer, 1 year warranty on all of our JBL products.
You actually answered 2 in 1. Somebody also asked, if people are gifted the speakers, how do they proceed? It sounds like they'll be taken care of. Of course, if they're customers of ours, reach out to your sales rep and we will do what we can to help you out. I don't think we've ever really had a negative resolution, so that's a good thing. Plus, the speakers are really good, so you're not going to have problems.
That's our intention. We hope that they don't ever break down or anything like that. And our return rates as a whole across the nation are less than 1.5%. So we're talking across all different sales channels. We have one of the lowest return rates on our Bluetooth speakers than most any other product you can really speak of. So we're proud of that. When the customer does buy that, they can feel very confident not only in the sound quality but the longevity of the speaker as well.
I can attest to that too. I left my Extreme outside during a block party, and it survived the mean streets of Philadelphia. So it's a good quality product. It didn't even get stolen, which was crazy, but
that might be the most interesting part.
I know, it really is. All right, cool. So Doug here wants to know, does the Pulse 4 have a demo mode to display in store? The lights always grab attention. Totally agree. I love the Pulse series.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So most of our speakers have the demo mode built into them. So if any store owner would like to, disable the Bluetooth and plug in, so that customers can't, Bluetooth whatever music they like to on it, they'd be able to. The demo modes that are built in, it's a series of button pushes that changes it from standard mode to a demo mode. And if you need those, please reach out to Voicecomm, and they'll reach out to me for which buttons they need to push for which products. The Pulse 4, I believe, does have a demo mode, which will have the the lights still perform a show while plugged in. So let me absolutely confirm that. Then I'll send that over to Jen so that she can send it over to you and answer that question absolutely more specifically on the Pulse 4.
Cool, thanks. I did not realize, but Lucy had a second part to her question. She said, thank you. Do you offer repairs for customers, for example, battery replacements?
Could you ask that again?
Sorry, was my Jersey, so I was speaking too fast. Do you offer repairs for customers, for example, battery replacements?
On the speakers themselves, it would be a warranty issue. So like to switch out a battery on these versus just replacing the unit, it's much easier to replace the unit itself. So if there were to be any battery complications that the customer is having, then they would call our warranty customer service team, and likely they would just exchange it out for a new unit. What I can speak to specifically about the battery life and what we promise on each one of these speakers, we as a large company, we're very nervous when it comes to legal problems. So we make sure that all of these speakers, when we say, like, for instance, the Flip 5 is going to deliver 12 hours of battery life, we want to absolutely back that up. So when we test it through a rigorous amount of different situations, we want to make sure that it's going to at minimum be 12 hours, if not more hours, right? So at any time that a customer is purchasing one of our products and concerned about the battery life, there should be no concern. We absolutely stand behind our battery life promises, and in most cases we'll exceed them.
Cool. Tying on to that a little bit, Mario wants to know, how do these speakers fare with standby time when not being used? Meaning, does the battery drain while not in use, and if so, how much?
It's a good question. Specifically, I don't know, how long a speaker can stay on without it being used. But like I mentioned, when we say X amount of battery time for a speaker, that's it being in full use, blaring as hot, as loud as the speaker can go to deliver those battery times. So if it's just idly on without it being in use, you can expect the battery life to be exponentially longer.
Cool, thanks. Kevin wants to know, do they use Bluetooth 5.0?
The Flip 5 and Pulse 4, the newest versions, have the latest Bluetooth version attached to them. So I can say it for those speakers. For the rest of them, I believe they're on the older version of Bluetooth. What I can do to confirm, though, many of the speakers are updatable through your charging port into your computer with USB, so that if there are updates, you can update it that way. So let me check more specifically on which speakers have which Bluetooth platform to them.
Awesome. Tick wants to know, can different speaker models link together with Party Boost, for example, a Flip 5 and a Charge 4?
So as of today, no. Party Boost will connect with Party Boost, and Connect Plus will connect with Connect Plus. So right now, a Charge 4 would not pair with a Flip 5. A Flip 4 would pair with a Charge 4. But as we kind of have this running change from Connect Plus to Party Boost, that's when they'll all be able to start connecting together. But as of today, Connect Plus does not connect with Party Boost.
Okay, but everything Party Boost will connect with other Party Boost, and same for Connect with other Connects. Correct.
Okay. So, yeah, and that's something that we hold a world record on. It was an event 2 years ago in Amsterdam where they rented out a club. They shut down all the speakers that are actually in the club, handed everybody a Flip 4, and that's what drove the music. So there was over 1,000 Flip 4s that were paired together that actually drove the music at this party to demonstrate how the Connect Plus feature on the Flip 4, this is the previous model, was so effective and could really fill a whole club for a party if everybody's linking the same music from one device, from Connect Plus to Connect Plus to Connect Plus. And like I said, the party boost is even stronger. So we expect that feature to still be very healthy on our Connect Plus speakers, and even better on the party boost.
That is such a JBL move. I love that.
It really is. I wish I could have been there. It looked like fun.
You guys throw some killer parties, but that one takes the cake, I think. Jesse would like to know how many of these devices have Connect Plus on them.
So the only two that have Party Boost is Flip 4 and Pulse 4, where the Charge 4, Extreme 2, Boombox have the Connect Plus. The Pop, Go, and Clip do not have Connect Plus or Party Boost. Those are cannot be linked to the other speakers. So once you get into that Flip 5 and up range, those can all be paired together with similar Connect Plus or Party Boost features, but the Pop, Go, and Clip do not pair together. The only caveat to that would be the Clip. You can daisy chain those together, meaning that it has an aux out on the speaker itself, where you can endlessly connect them if you have an aux cord connecting all of them through a daisy chain type situation.
Aux cords for days.
There you go.
I just made a note to our lovely and talented director of marketing, Linda, who's sitting next to me. We're going to see what kinds of, like one-pagers or anything you have, kind of explaining the differences. Your media library is insane, so I'm sure there's something good on there, and we'll attach that to the blog.
Sure.
Very good question. CJ would like to know, can the speakers be linked to Alexa, for example, the Echo Dot?
This lineup of our Bluetooth speakers cannot. So these are not Wi-Fi enabled. So these speakers, no. However, let's say you're listening to music through your phone, and that you have Google Assistant or Alexa or Siri or whatever voice activated service you're using. If you're telling your phone to do it and it's linked up Bluetooth to your speaker, then yes. But to have the speaker be playing any streaming service by itself without a device, then no. JBL does have a lineup of speakers called our Link series, which are Wi-Fi enabled Bluetooth speakers. Those you can talk directly to them as they have the Google Assistant built in, and those would do believe what you're describing. So there's a workaround with our Bluetooth speakers in order to do so, but it would require a device more often than not a cell phone.
Cool, thanks. Doug would like to know, what are the top selling colors? Good question, because you guys do offer a wide variety. All paired by Voicecomm.
Absolutely. As Voicecomm is our preferred distributor, no doubt. They are the best out there. So Voicecomm does carry an array of different colors. The color ranking across the board, with the exception of the Pop, the kids speaker, because they don't come in the standard colors like the others do. Black is the top selling color by far. I think you guys probably all know that. Pretty standard that black is number one, but number two across the board is blue. Blue is a strong second, and then third and fourth they go up and down, neck and neck to each other between red and gray. So those would be your top four selling colors. The rest of the colors, they don't have a sizable chunk from sell-through data to say that one is absolutely better than the other. It may be your store's preference, or it could be regionally where a red speaker sells in St. Louis pretty well because of the Cardinals, or maybe you know, a purple speaker sells pretty well in Minnesota for the Vikings. You know, and a lot of times it's either school affiliated or sports affiliated in a specific region where one color may outsell another one. But standardly speaking, black's definitely going to be number one, blue will definitely be number two, and then a mix between red and gray is 3 and 4.
Excellent answer. I liked the little Voicecomm plug. Thank you. We love you too. So I have a couple of questions. Aaron and Michael must be in each other's brains. They all wanted to know about merchandising. They want to, can you kind of go over like what the deal is for merchandising, what you guys offer, how to get it?
Sure. So with merchandising our Bluetooth speakers, we don't really offer like your I can't say your
cookie cutter options. You could say it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is and it's not that. So like, let's say if you're walking through a Target or a Best Buy where you see, you know, the large display with a push button here and it'll play. We really don't do that in our telecom channel, and really we don't do that in many of our stores just because it's very, very expensive to create. It's very expensive to ship. If there's a problem with the display, then, you know, all 4 or 5 to whichever amount of speakers on it would be shot. So what we do with all of our large carrier and all of our telecom customers is the demo mode, which are built into most of our speakers. So that way you can set it on a table, an audio table, or audio wall, or wherever you place your speakers at. And then that would be the demo itself. We've had a lot of success with stores, even just, you know, taking one out of the package and using it as a demo and you know, playing it around the store with sometimes aggressive music, sometimes like lounge music, depending on what atmosphere you like to have in your location. But really, you know, I appreciate the question because really hearing it sound is key to really make the difference between our speaker and maybe a competitor's or somebody around a like price point or a higher price point more demonstrable when you can hear our, you know, $120 speaker in the Flip 5 versus somebody's 150 or 170. We're likely going to be a better sound than we'll definitely be a better sound than anybody at the same price, and we're likely going to be a better sound than anybody at the next price point or 2 price points up from us. The way to get these demo units allocated would be through Voicecomm. You would speak to your sales representative, and then they would be able to kind of work back with Jen and myself in order to get those funded or sent out to you, or get the demo button series over to you so you can take a sellable demo unit out, punch in a code, and then it turns into demo.
Cool, thanks. Mario wants to know, do all speakers include a USB cable, a charging block, both, just one or the other?
Great question. So our whole speaker lineup, and this is excluding the party box, that's kind of its own monster. Well, I guess I can put it this way. The pop, the go, the clip, and charge. Well, the charge board's moved. So the pop, the go, the clip are all micro USB. The Flip 5 is now USB-C. The Charge 4 is USB-C as well, and as is the Pulse 4. And what it's going to come inside the box, you're going to get the cable. You will not receive the charging block. So we provide the cable, but we do not provide the charging block. On the Extreme, Boombox, and Party Box, those would come with a different power cord. It's more of that barrel type charger that plugs directly into the wall just because they carry a lot of power to them.
Awesome, great question. Joe said, more of a comment, we currently carry the Flip and Charge. I will definitely look into stocking the Extreme now. Woo!
Yeah, that's great. And you know, we have had some locations or some customers be a little timid about, speaking candidly, a higher price point. But what we've seen is that, a lot of people, a lot of consumers may have a Bluetooth speaker that they got one way or the other, whether they're buying them or a hand-me-down or something along those lines where, they have something that may be good for, hey, this is at my cubicle, this is at my desk, or this is, in a small room in my house, and it's good enough for me. But a lot of times now people are looking for that bigger, better sound where they're looking to fill up a backyard or a tailgate or bring it to a pool party or have something that, they want to spend the extra money on to make sure that, instead of having smaller Bluetooth speakers or speakers that they may have acquired one way or the other that aren't as sound sufficient, they'll spend the extra money to get something from a quality name brand like JBL with superior sound that they know is going to last a long time. And I'm sure, just like all of us, they do their homework online to look at different customer reviews, ratings, and we're consistently one of the top rated speakers at every single price point that we offer.
Awesome, thank you. We have a comedian in the crowd here. Is the boombox loud enough to annoy my jerk neighbor? Our houses are separated by about 50 feet in some shrubbery. Pick up after your dog, Keith. I think that the boombox will certainly get you fined by the homeowners association if you're not careful.
Yeah, so you put your boombox either outside and directly point it to them, or you can put it in a window and open up the window and point it that way. The boombox actually has something pretty cool where there's two different modes on it in the back, where one is a mode to be played indoors, and then the other mode is to be played outdoors. And what it does, it changes the signature sound inside to make it either a wider display of sound versus a sound that's a little bit tighter. So it actually has an outdoor mode. So if you really want to make your neighbors upset, I'd probably put it on the outdoor mode first, and crank up whatever is your most annoying song, and maybe play it over and over and over again.
I can't believe you segued that into a real answer. You're the best. All right, cool. Stephanie wants to know, would you suggest the Flip 5 to go alongside the Clip 3 in a mobile retail store?
So again, a lot of times it depends on, obviously you're going to know your customers better than I will. Most of our customers see that the Flip 5 Charge 4 pairing outsells a Clip 3 and Flip 5 pairing by units and by revenue. The Clip 3 does perform well, but it does not perform like the Flip or Charge or Extreme. So if I would have a recommendation, I would say Flip and Charge would be your top two SKUs. Where it gets a little where a Go and Clip are right now, because they're separated by $30, but there's, as far as size go, they can be somewhat comparable. That's where I usually recommend going one or the other. Now, one of our largest carrier partners, AT&T, does carry both of them, and they really sell the same. No one has not cannibalized the other, so to speak. So in some circumstances, it has been successful, but I understand space is at a premium with a lot of our mobile partners. So if I were to go to, I go Flip and Charge. If price point is more of a delicate issue and around your region, then Clip and Flip would be great, or Go and Flip would be great. But I likely wouldn't do Go, Clip, Flip.
Cool, thank you. AJ would like to know, when using Party Boost or Connect Plus, how does this affect the playtime for the battery?
So it won't affect the playtime on the battery because as we tested it for whichever battery life that we printed on the box or on the website, that's including using Party Boost too. So I mean, we try we try to test it underneath every single circumstance so that when we say, 8 hours, 12 hours, 15, 20, whatever it may be, that's where you're going to get delivered using the most rigorous of features that the speaker has. And Party Boost or Connect Plus, that would be the most work that a speaker could do, being turned up as high as it goes and paired with several other speakers. So it won't affect the battery life negatively below what we promise on the box or on the website, but it's not going to go too much further over the 12 or 8 or 20 hours that each one of the individual products promises.
Cool, thanks. All right, last question I have here. Alfredo wants to know, I think this could be not necessarily specific just to this speaker, but will the charge 4 overheat if it's in the sun or, any extreme heat situations?
Are we talking like a Nevada desert? I mean, well, you left it out in the tailgate once, or in Philly one time, but I guess it could be cold or hot over there.
It was cold, cold and rainy.
Well, yeah, it sounds like Philly. I don't have a specific answer of, is there a temperature where it does get too hot? I haven't heard of any of them overheating. I know that, we encourage them to be used at pool parties, sitting right by it. And I'm sure those are lasting 10, 12 hours sometimes in direct sunlight by water. So, I mean, I just don't see an issue with really any of them overheating.
Okay. So long story short, cool for a pool party. Don't throw it on a grill. Gotcha.
Yeah. That's a great way of answering it.
Jennifer said, great name, by the way, said Texas heat. Texas heat is no joke.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I have a friend in Dallas that I'm looking to visit sometime in the next month or two to get out of the St. Louis garbage weather in the winter months and get a little warmer.
I feel you. All right, cool. So thank you again to everybody who joined and participated. Lots of great questions. I know I learned a lot, and I look at this kind of stuff all day, every day, so that says something. So remember that all these great products and many more are available through your Voicecomm account manager. You heard it here from Mike himself. Voicecomm is the very best in the biz. If you have any questions or feedback or anything that was not addressed during the webinar, or you just wake up at 2 in the morning thinking some burning questions, shoot me a message at webinars@myvoicecomm.com and I'll make sure to get back to you. So I hope you all enjoyed. Good luck to everybody with the giveaway drawing, and thank you for choosing Voicecomm and JBL. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks so much, everybody.